How's it, guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're going to be looking at two currency pairs again. We're going to be looking at the British pound Japanese yen and the US dollar Japanese yen. Before we hit the charts, just go visit my website. It's on the bottom left corner over here, where you will find some lots of resources regarding trading. You will also find the COT report under the resource tab. This is what we're going to use for our confirmation in our analysis. Also, for those of you that's starting out on trading, there's some nice video categories there for getting started. And also under the Let's Get Trading, there's, I talk about lots more trading information. But let us hit the chart. Go. So first of all, we're going to start off with the British pound, Japanese yen. We're doing top-down analysis like we do all day or every single time. So we're starting off on a daily time frame, moving down to the hourly. On a daily time frame on the British pound Japanese yen, you can see the yen strengthening a little bit, but we have this downwards movement. We did do analysis on this before previous weekend. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. As we can see, that liquidity has not been tapped out, on these top candles over here. So we still have the liquidity up here, and then there's some type of a wedge that is forming, and we can see that doing relatively this. And as you can see, that these two trend lines have been respected by price, and then we're just waiting for some type of a breakout out of these areas, and then a continuation either downwards or upwards. Liquidity lying down here, and then also up there, and then all the way up there. So let's have a look at where price is going to start breaking out, and then we're going to follow price and again react to what it's doing. Looking down to the 4-hour time frame, it's going to show you some nice little entries that could have been taken, that was on the table for the British pound Japanese yen. So we can see this movement to the upside, and again some nice areas. If you take this low over here, it made a nice swing downwards. Just going to take my Fibonacci tool, and we take it from the swing low to the swing high, right about there. So you can see price going up, moving down, retracing nicely, to the 62% area, which is always the key area to enter. And you could have entered very nicely and caught the pips all the way up to the top. Okay, if you missed that big entry, there's lots more that happened. So if I just zoom in a little bit, we can see this area in the market that was broken right about there. That area was acting as a resistance. Price broke that area, and what a beautiful entry this was. Price retracing back to that fair value gap, the gap between the two candles, and then retracing back, and then you could have caught another little buy upwards. And then we saw price consolidating again. Okay, right about there. You could see price going to the top and then coming down, resisting this area, and we had a nice little break downwards. And what happens with that break? It created a nice fair value gap again. Okay, fair value gap between the two candles going downwards. Price retracing back into that fair value gap, and again you could see a nice little sell area. So 3 entries, that you could have taken that was on the table for this week. Going down to the hourly time frame. Okay, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit to show you a little bit more. Just going to take this out. This is also previous, this was just what I did now. Okay, so what I was talking about last week, I'm just going to slowly but surely just go back to what I did or what I showed you. And for those of you that didn't watch my last week's analysis, do yourself a favor and go watch that. So we earmarked that area over there, okay, and on the hourly time frame, and we highlighted this area over here. I'm just going to do it all the way to the end here, just to show you something. So basically, price was last week. Price was relatively between these areas, and the week started right about here somewhere. Let's have a look over here. So we looked at price and we earmarked those 2 areas, and I still said we're waiting for some kind of movement, and that movement came basically when price broke, then came back, and then it broke this area again. So on an hourly time frame, you could have caught that nice little area. Fair value gap, small little area, but price, breaking that structure after this consolidation, breaking through that high that was, okay, so there was a high over here, price gone up, going back, tapping that liquidity, coming back, resisting that area, then breaking through, coming in, retesting it. Nice little buy setup that moved up. Then price respected that area, as you can see. Okay, respected, and again, price came down, broke that area again, and once more, this is sweet little entries of the fair value gap. Whoop, come now. Okay, so price coming and retracing back to that area and moving down. So, multiple entries that you could have taken on the British pound, Japanese yen. Because of what price does, you react to what price is doing. Okay, so currently what we're looking at is, again, like I always do, I'm just highlighting two areas or key areas that I like to just keep an eye on. So this will obviously be your low. Okay, I'm looking to see what price is going to do. Is it going to break that area? And then we have got multiple highs over here, but I'm definitely looking at this high if there's any type of break above that or below that. So let's have a look. Let's earmark those two areas and see what price is going to do. Is it going to just come, consolidate in this area, or will price continue downwards? COT report, British pound. We can see the British pound is getting, it's hovering in between the 50, 59, or between the 56 and 57 area. So price went weaker. Okay, so there was a lot of longs being closed, but also shorts. And then this week also some longs being closed, but more shorts. So hence the price getting a little bit stronger in the net position to a negative 55. So you can see the price going up, moving slightly down, and then moving up again. On the Japanese yen, not Nasdaq, we're looking at the Japanese yen. So we can see the Japanese yen getting stronger again, but it's still hovering over here. So it went from a negative 110,000, it moved all the way to a negative 52,000, then it started getting weaker again. But we can see longs being opened in the market, but also some shorts. So this is the reason price is just hovering in that area. So we will have to see what happens next. So let's move on to our next currency pair, which will be our US dollar Japanese yen. Again, we're going to start off with our daily time frame, just moving up. So daily time frame, we can see a nice pullback that happened on the Japanese yen. But again, we saw a nice bullish movement. Then we saw two big candles going down. Okay, two bearish candles, and then we saw another continuation to the upside. We kind of, this is kind of like a trend, as you can see. Then a movement up, and then two bearish candles, then movement up, two bearish candles, and now it's moving up again. So now we see this two bearish candles once more. So I'm just gonna, I just want to highlight or just draw a line over here. Okay, a trend line. Just going to do that, and then I'm just going to make a clone of that, just to show you. So basically, we have got that channel that is moving up. So will it respect this trend line to say that price is now going to start going up again, or will it break this trend line and then we see continuation downwards? Because we have got some liquidity that's definitely lying below this area over there, and also downwards. So we have got all this liquidity that's lying down at the bottom that price can go and tap into, but we will have to see what price does. I'm not going to predict and say that the Japanese yen is, or the US dollar Japanese yen is going to start falling, but anything is possible. So with this nice drop in the bottom, how could you have caught that? It's another sweet entry, guys. So we have got price going up, then moving downwards. We could see there's this area over here. Okay, it kind of was respected. All right, so this was a key area. You could see previously price going up again, retesting that area, not breaking it, and then we saw a nice break of that area in between there. We have got, again, with that break, you have got a nice fair value gap. the price retraced back to, then you could have caught the nice buy upwards. Okay, with that, it does look small, but I mean, guys, if you did catch that, you know, that's 120 odd pips, almost 130 pips up. So then we saw a retracement back. So where did price retrace back? So you take your Fibonacci from that high to that low. Okay, this is the swing high, and then it made a nice retracement to the swing low. Then it retraced all the way back to the 62% area, between the 62 and 79. And again, you know, it's like clockwork, guys. Catching that little one or little trade is 250 odd pips downwards. So you could have caught nice 2 little entries, a nice little 100 odd pips up, then a nice little retracement back down, or a nice move downwards 200. So that's a 300 pip move if you just, you know, followed what I just showed you. Again, price going down, hitting our first target, second target, almost going to our third target. So, you know, let's have a look at where price is going to end up with the US dollar, Japanese yen. Hourly time frame, just going to, again, you know, what I like to do is I'm just zooming out a little bit just to show you what I did previously, where I left off on my previous analysis and what I was looking at. So we were looking at that area over there, and if I can remember correctly, price was round about at this area. Okay, right about there. Come now. Okay, so basically price was over here. So the week started off and we saw a nice area that was broken. Here we go. So we saw this nice break in this area, price going up again, retesting that, retesting it. Where did it break? Just zooming in, it broke with this candle over here, and again we react to what price gives us. You can draw that to the side so you can see that brilliant or that beautiful imbalance created by this breaking of this candle, breaking that structure. Price coming back again to that fair value gap 3 times. Okay, so you had 3 opportunities to enter for a nice little sell off. Okay, so that's 3 opportunities for a nice 80 odd pip move downwards. Then price started retracing up. As you can see, price started moving upwards. And if you draw this line over here of our previous, right about there, and you can see that. Look how price is just reacting to that area. So we had a support, we had a kind of a break, we have a proper break, a resistance, so that you just mark out on your chart. And then price moved down. So price came all the way back to that area and then started moving downwards. So currently what we're looking at is 2 areas. Once again, it's going to be, I'm going to highlight this area over here, and I'm going to highlight this low. Okay, these are the highs and the lows on the 1 hour that I'm definitely going to earmark. Just look at what price is going to be doing in those areas. Some kind of a break, like it happened right over here. We earmarked those 2 areas. Previous analysis, you could see that nice little break area over there, and a nice retracement with that fair value gap, and that is where you enter. So we're going to wait for something similar to happen in this area, okay, between those 2 areas. So guys, that's where I leave you off for today. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. I hope it makes sense. If it did, and if you like this analysis, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more analysis coming to you this weekend, guys. I hope you're staying safe and happy trading, guys.